It's the dawn of a new era in the Pacific Northwest. For years, an unquenchable thirst for hockey has been bubbling just below the surface, ready to erupt from the region's fervent sea of fans. Finally, their patience has been rewarded. And with the inaugural drop of the puck lurking tantalizingly close, now is our time to strike. Crews are hard at work under that historic roof. Climate Pledge Arena is set to be the first net zero carbon certified arena in the world. Their refurbished home is set to be ready when the puck drops on the Kraken's inaugural season later this year. So glad you're here, friends. Angie Mintink with you to announce the new television home of the NHL's newest franchise. Yes, Root Sports will be the exclusive television partner with your Seattle Kraken. Now, under this new agreement, Root Sports will broadcast the Kraken's regular season games across the region. The network will also have the opportunity to carry preseason and playoff games. We will also wrap around all games with a pregame and postgame show subject to live event conflicts. You now know where to tune in, so you can cross that off of your list. And just how important is today? Well, 32,000 people have put down their deposits on season tickets. 60,000 people are on the waiting list, all to be a part of history later in 2021. Of course, this has been a long time coming. And right now we look back at the day that put the wheels in motion.
I am delighted to announce that this morning the Board of Governors unanimously approved a plan of expansion that will bring a National Hockey League team to Seattle beginning in the 2021-2022 season. Seattle, the NHL is thrilled to welcome you.
Coming up in just a bit, we'll introduce you to the broadcast voices of the Kraken. Now, something like this is the culmination of a lot of hard work, and we have collected those at the forefront of it. To join us today, Seattle Kraken CEO Tod Leiweke, Mariners Chairman and Managing Partner and Root Sports Board Chair John Stanton, and President of AT&T Sports Networks Patrick Crum. Tod, we're going to start with you. Why was Root Sports the right place for the Kraken to land?
Well, it was really, such a logical place because there's a long history of doing great production, but also the teams uniting. I've had a long friendship with John Stanton, so it just made sense. And, we think about serving our fans, not just Kraken fans, but sports fans. It was the only place to go.
Yeah, Seattle and beyond, the entire Northwest is full of pent-up hockey fans right now. What will this partnership deliver to them? And how many games will Kraken fans get to see here on Root Sports?
Well, we think around 75 games. And one of the great fits is we were granted a territory that was truly extraordinary in the NHL. All of Oregon, all of Washington, a sliver of Idaho, and then all of Alaska. So the footprint fit beautifully. The production values that Patrick and John have long stood for, and now a partnership between teams. And that's really a big win for the fans. And so we're super excited. And, we have yet to play a game, but this is a big win for us.
I'm trying to remain calm about this, but it is hard. And I'm not the only one. And Tod, I believe there's a picture that you would like to share with Mr. Stanton in your office.
There are a lot of hockey fans, but we also get to grow our fan base. And here's a picture of my friend John Stanton in my office, swinging what should have been a baseball bat, but I got him to take a hockey stick. And so we're making great progress with our fans. We've had incredible support. And even guys like John, who have not seen a lot of NHL games, he's coming around pretty good here. You
want to take us through that, Mr. Stanton?
Well, I'm just glad it's not video. That's the still picture gives me a chance. But Tod and I have been talking about this possibility and this day, really, Tod, since you came back to Seattle with to join the Kraken.
Yep. Well, I'm going to get back to Todd in just a hot second. But, John, as someone who has been intimately involved in both Root Sports and the Seattle Mariners, why was it so important to make sure that you added the Kraken to your team?
We wanted Root Sports to be must-see TV for sports in the Northwest. And so for us, the partnership with the Kraken, and I really do mean that word, partnership, has been my goal since the NHL first announced that it was coming to Seattle. And for us, we want to make sure that sports fans never turn their channel off of Root Sports.
And make sure this folds into your long-term vision of this network. I know how community-minded you and the Mariners are. How do you see the Mariners, the Kraken, and Root Sports aligning when it comes to elevating and improving our communities?
Well, our goal at the Mariners, our mission is to play championship baseball, to create unforgettable experiences for our fans, and to serve our community. And we believe that serving our community is the broadest objective that we've got. We do everything we can in terms of our relationships with Root Sports, our relationships with nonprofits in the community, and our ability to shine a bright light on important issues and causes in this community. And the more people are watching Root Sports, the better it is for us to accomplish that mission.
All right, but you're wearing Mariners gear today, John.
Well, there's a big reveal. I'm wearing Mariners gear on top of my Kraken gear. I'm obviously loyal to my primary brand, but I've already got my season tickets for Kraken season coming up next fall.
All right, perfect. So no doubt the Mariners and Root Sports didn't just get a television partner, but also an ally to enhancing the region. Patrick, I turn to you now, and you were at the center of this partnership coming together. This has to be a thrilling day for you and the Root Sports family.
Incredibly exciting for me and the Root Sports family. But before we talk about that, Angie, I want to thank Tod Leiweke and Victor DeBonis, the Kraken COO, for their partnership as we worked through this deal. It was pretty unique in my experience. We deal with a lot of teams in different parts of the country, and usually these deals take months and months and months to work out. This one came together really in record time, and really within about 2 weeks we had sort of come to the material terms, and that's incredibly rare in this industry. Of course, that starts with leadership. Like John, I knew Mr. Leiweke in his last tour through Seattle, and he obviously comes with a ton of credibility and experience, and just a wonderful partner working through this deal.
You and your group, they've done this before. Between the Kraken and the Las Vegas Golden Knights, you will have launched the last 2 NHL franchises. The Penguins also under your umbrella. What will the Kraken coming to Root Sports mean for fans throughout the region?
Well, first of all, a great product. NHL hockey is incredibly exciting. It's a really dynamic game. Obviously, from the Root Sports perspective, the network is going to have year-round professional programming, which is something we haven't had here since the Sonics left. So everyone's very, very excited about that. With the Vegas Golden Knights, we helped launch that as a new franchise just back in 2017. And as you know, they had an incredible and improbable inaugural season. They went all the way to the Stanley Cup in their first season. And so, Todd, no pressure, do your best. But it was just an incredible experience.
Todd, Root Sports, they have been there, they've done that, they have a closet of T-shirts. Is it comforting knowing that experience is now in place as your franchise tries to come out roaring of the gates?
Well, we got a lot of good going on. Despite the global pandemic, the arena is truly going to be spectacular. The fan support has been second to none. So this was a big decision. But I'm a big-time Mariners fan. I watch a lot of games, and so I knew that Root Sports stood for quality. I knew Root Sports stood for accessibility, widely distributed throughout our entire territory, which is important. The fans here in Seattle have been incredible, but we have the largest territory in the National Hockey League. So, you know, this just was a great fit, and I can't wait to go to games with my friend John Stanton now.
Yeah, I think it's only fair now that you send John Stanton a photo of you holding a baseball bat. I mean, fair's fair.
Okay. John, you're on, buddy.
All right. right, gentlemen, I thank all of you for being part of this and being here for this historic announcement. So you now know that Root Sports is your television home for the Seattle Kraken. A reminder now, it wasn't that long ago that we found out who we would be cheering for in new Climate Pledge Arena. The Kraken continue to build out their franchise's talented team. And now joining me, the radio voice of the NHL's newest franchise, Everett, Fitzhugh. And early in the process, Tod Leiweke tagged you to be a part of this organization's history. I've heard you say that this was a dream come true. So can you fill us in on that day?
Yeah, it was an amazing day. Personally, for me, myself, being able to receive that email and that call that, the president and CEO of an NHL franchise is interested in you was a dream come true. And that whole day and that whole process from that first email all the way to, getting that call in July was amazing. This is something that I'd been working for my entire career. The first real goal that I'd set for myself when I was 18, and to be able to say that I made it to the NHL has been pretty remarkable, and they've wasted little time putting me to work. So they've kept me pretty busy in these first few months. But to say it's a dream come true, I think is definitely an understatement.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Now I know why I have not been able to achieve anything like you. I had no goals like that when I was 18 years old. You yourself are the first full-time African-American broadcaster in the NHL, getting set to call the Kraken's first season later this year. But clearly, that is not when the work starts for you. You alluded to it a second ago. Catch us up on what you've been doing to ramp up for the inaugural season.
Well, there is a lot of work that has to be done. The first thing I noticed when I moved to Seattle was that this town is turning into a hockey town. And I remember going around and looking at apartments, and people were like, you're moving here at the exact same time. We have a hockey team. I don't know if you know that or not, but a hockey team's coming here. So I may have heard a few things. But trying to continue to build on that excitement from the fan base is our number one goal. We've got a ton of different content pieces and marketing promotions that we're working on. Obviously, COVID has kind of kept things a little bit limited, but we're hoping to get back out as soon as we can safely and continue to build that excitement, build that fan base. In the interim, in the meantime, we've got a lot of things coming up in February. The NHL's got a huge push for diversity and trying to really celebrate what makes this game great. So you can look for a lot of content during the Black History Month for the Kraken. And then moving forward, we've got the expansion draft to look forward to. We've got our first amateur draft to look forward to. We're going to have to announce a jersey at some point. We're going to have to announce a head coach at some point. So, there's a lot of work that has to be done, and it's a lot of fun going on. And behind the scenes, there's so many moving pieces and so many moving parts, but it definitely is a lot of fun and all of the controlled chaos that's going on behind it.
I am exhausted just listening to you, so pace yourself, okay? Again, you will be the Kraken's radio voice. Today, we learned who will be your television counterpart, John Forslund. And the acclaimed broadcaster will join you momentarily so we can all get to know him a little bit better. But first, earlier today, Seattle Kraken fans everywhere got John's call on social media.
Hey, what do you say, Seattle? John Forslund here, very happy to make this announcement. I'm the new TV play-by-play voice of the Seattle Kraken. I can't wait to get to the Pacific Northwest and meet each and every one of you and share in the excitement of this first season. We also have a new TV home. It's Root Sports, the same place you watch the excitement of your Seattle Mariners. And you can see all the games home and away. I can't wait to get out there. I can't wait to get started. But listen, I got some games to call this season, but I'll be out there soon. Let's go Kraken, and I'll see you then.
Well, John, first of all, welcome to Seattle. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest. And I must say, for me personally, as a hockey fan, I've been an admirer of your work for a very long time. So this is a huge honor for me to be able to work with you and to get to call you a colleague here. So that's it's really exciting. And I want you to take us through that process of getting this position and your excitement about coming here to Seattle and joining the Kraken.
Everett, let me start by saying I can't wait to get out there and meet you. And I'm really glad you didn't say how many years you've actually followed, whatever the heck. Really appreciate that, man. That's good. This process was a long one, and I'm blessed. I was contacted, in the late summer by Ron Francis just to say hello and ask me how I was. And And he said, I'd really like to connect you with Tod Leiweke and see if we could, get the ball rolling a little bit and see what kind of interest you may have in coming to Seattle. Well, my answer right away was, I have tremendous interest. Why wouldn't I want to come to Seattle? Why wouldn't I want to be part of this organization? So watching it from afar, watching your exploits, watching everything they've done to this point has been exhilarating. And I just can't wait to be part of the team and get out there and get after it.
You mentioned Kraken general manager Ron Francis, and you guys have a relationship that goes back from your time in Carolina, his time as a player, and then an executive in Carolina. Just touch on that relationship, and I have to imagine that was a pretty big factor in you coming to Seattle.
It was, but it's been interesting. I've been able to watch Ron Francis as a fan back in the 80s when I started my career in the American Hockey League, and he was playing in Hartford. And then he was traded in 1991, and I joined the Whalers, oddly enough, the summer after he was traded. So I got to see on the ice what the effect was, and most importantly, off the ice what the effect was, because he had such an impact in that community, such a wonderful man. The Whalers never recovered from that loss. And then as we got to Carolina in the late 90s, he joined this team as a free agent. He joined the Carolina Hurricanes. So now I was able to work with him and call his efforts on the ice. And then to see him go from that, retire, be part of his jersey retirement night, and then get to a point where he joined the coaching staff, the management, and then become the general manager of the Hurricanes. And that footprint is still with this team right now. And they're, as you know, one of the best teams in the National Hockey League. Mm-hmm. And now to see him take this next step. This is great for the fans of the Seattle Kraken. It'll be great for the National Hockey League. He's a Hall of Fame player, but better yet, he's a Hall of Fame person. And I think everyone's going to realize that if they haven't by now. And that's why I'm so excited to be part of this too.
Obviously yourself, one of the more respected and broadcasters in the NHL, and fans can catch you as the national voice for the NHL this season. But tell Seattle fans and folks here in the Northwest what they can expect from you in terms of your calls, in terms of your broadcasting style.
No mistakes. No mistakes, right? We all make mistakes, so there'll be plenty of mistakes, but we're going to have a lot of fun as we move along through this journey. I spent 23 years with the Hurricanes and was lucky enough to call every step of the way. And I think that's what's so great about this. And you'll find out too, and we'll work together as broadcasters, that when you get the opportunity to stamp every moment in a franchise's history, it's really special. And we're going to work with some great people here with Root Sports. They have tremendous credibility within the industry. So I can't wait to meet everybody there. And I know we're going to have a first-rate broadcast. That's number one. And then I want to build trust with the fans. I want them to get to know me. I want them to know, where I'm coming from. The bottom line is there's nothing better than the National Hockey League.
Absolutely.
And when the puck goes down, the excitement and the emotion of the game take over. And it captivates me. It captivates you. It captivates the players, the coaches, most importantly, the fans. And we start this journey together. It'll be a long one. It's going to be great. And we'll find out soon enough that the Seattle Kraken will be one of the best organizations in the entire National Hockey League.
Well, John, again, thank you so much. Welcome to Seattle. And I know they say no cheering in the press box, but when I heard that you were coming, I was definitely doing some backflips. So welcome to Seattle. Looking forward to working with you. Safe travels out this way.
Same here, Everett. Can't wait to get out there and meet you. Angie, thanks so much. And I can't wait to meet you also and work together.
My pleasure. Guys, thank you so much. I cannot wait to see and listen to you guys in action this fall. And I read, John, that you had said when you connect with one singular fan base, there's an energy that you gain from that as a pro. And I can't wait for you to feel that here in the Northwest. Thank you again.
Nothing better. Thanks so much. I can't wait.
And as the season draws closer, here are some key dates to keep in mind. The first major event is the expansion draft on July 21st. That's when we'll see the bulk of the team's roster start to come together. Then 2 days later, it's the start of the two-day NHL entry draft. And on July 28th, free agency begins around the league. That all paves the way for the Kraken's inaugural season that's been years in the making. Again, a tremendous day here at Root Sports, your new television home for the Seattle Kraken. Feels pretty good to say. We look forward to the partnership both over the airwaves and in the community with the Mariners and Kraken. It is, after all, a team game. Thanks so much to our guests again, Tod Leiweke, John Stanton, Patrick Crum, Everett, Fitzhugh, and John Forslund. Pretty impressive team, and it just continues to get stronger. Thanks so much for joining us on this historic day. I'm Angie Menten.